Hey guys, it's Francesca. Happy Talking Tuesday. So, since I've started my back to school videos, I decided some of these Talking Tuesdays need to be school related. So, today I'm talking all about peer pressure. Now, that's whether your friends or peers, people go to school. Sorry, my nose is itching so bad. Whether or not people are trying to get you to skip school, vandalize, drink, do drugs, have sex, all these kinds of things happen in high school, maybe even middle school. In middle school, I was only concerned about lip gloss. So, yeah, peer pressure is a real thing. It happens to everyone. And, it can be really difficult to say no, or you say yes and then you have to deal with the consequences. So I want to talk all about peer pressure today and kind of, how to deal with it and, just kind of give you my perspective on it. Now, again, I am not a licensed therapist or a psychologist. I am just a 20-year-old female who has gone through certain situations and, like to give my input on things. And, I'm not saying my views and my points are, how you need to do things or what you need to follow. Obviously, if you are underage, please, listen to your parents. You may think your parents are stupid and don't know what they're talking about. I used to think that. But I definitely think parents are very intelligent and, just listen to your parents. So, peer pressure. It sucks. Peer pressure is, a difficult thing to have to deal with. I know personally a lot of people in my high school, would go out and party and drink and just do a lot of dumb things. And I kind of had a hard time with that. Like, I always, somebody was like, oh, let's go to a party. I'm like, oh yeah, I wish I could go. Or people talk about drinking. I never went to parties, so the whole drinking aspect never was a big deal for me. I've never, my parents don't drink, so growing up, alcohol was never something that I was kind of around too much. I mean, I come from a big German-Irish family, so obviously there is alcohol around, but being 20, I still legally can't drink. But, if people are trying to get you to, even go to a party, going to parties is not bad, depending on what kind of party you're going to. I've gone to some parties where it's like, we're having dinner and we're just listening to music and things like that. Like, parties like that are fine. But, if you're going to a party where there are drugs and drinking and bunch of shenanigans, teenagers are crazy, definitely think about the situations you want to put yourself in and what is safe for you. And, don't judge others. Like, if you have friends, I have friends who have gone to parties and who have drank and things like that, and, that's not my place to judge people if they decide to make those decisions. But I definitely think, if you're in middle school, you're not, like, raging and, like, drinking and all that stuff. Hopefully not. Goodness. If you're going into high school, I definitely think you should set, rules and boundaries for yourself. Like, if somebody invites you to a party, you can say no. It's okay if people are like, oh, you're lame. Like, who cares? If you don't want to go to a party or if you don't want to drink. You can easily take a cup and fill it with soda. Somebody's like, hey, do you want to drink? I'm like, no, I got one. Or, you can fill it with water or something. That is if you do choose to go to the party, because I think you can choose to go to a party like that if it is okay with your parents. Listen to your parents, like I said. They're smarter than we think. So if you do choose to go to the party and you choose not to drink, I think the whole cup thing is definitely a good way to keep yourself from drinking. And don't let your friends drink and drive either. Do not do that. Bad, bad, bad. Do not do that. yeah, so, if you choose to go to the party, be smart about the decisions you make. Do not do drugs. Please, no one do drugs. Do not do drugs. I want all of you to be safe and make smart choices. So, I think that rule of, just say no, I mean, you may think I'm boring, but, I definitely think it's smarter to say no and, keep your body and your brain and everything safe than to say yes and something possibly really bad happen to you. So that's all about drinking and partying and all of that. Let's see what else. I know, what grade was I in? I think I was a sophomore. My friends convinced me to ditch class. I know that's like I'm so hardcore. Um, by the way, it was only study hall, so the only one missing out was me. But yeah, I'm not hardcore enough to like ditch like math or something. I would have failed. Um, I just think again you need to be your own person and make your own smart decisions. So, but my friends did end up convincing me to ditch study hall, and I mean that's not like again study hall is like not that big of a deal. You should not ditch, and I think we ditched for like a whole semester or something. I don't know. It was just fun to hang out in the lunchroom and talk about boys and stupid things. Actually, one time when we did ditch, I'm not condoning ditching. Do not ditch. Go to class. When we did ditch, we actually got to, this is so funny, got to experience a food fight, and actually the table next to us was full of like a bunch of boys, and when a plate of food like flipped into the air, somebody yelled food fight, and then one kid at the table next to us flipped his plate of fruit and landed on my bag. I stood up, I started screaming, I threatened to beat him up, and he ran away. So, just thought I'd throw that fun story in for you. Don't beat people up. I really wasn't going to beat him up. I was just angry he got fruit on my Victoria's Secret pink tote. Yeah, so that was a time, my friends convinced me to ditch. I don't think it took much convincing. I hated study hall. I was always bored. So we just spent our time in the lunchroom. And I told my parents about that. I mean, my mom obviously was mad that I wasn't going to study hall and utilizing my study time, but I mean, what can you do now? So, if your friends try to get you to ditch, I mean, no, don't ditch. I was gonna try and like how I could get ditching to be okay. Not okay. What else? Like I said, don't do drugs. Don't drink alcohol unless you are of age, which you are not of age when you're in high school. Hopefully not. Let's see. What else? Oh, sex. We're going to talk about that for a second. I know in high school there is a lot of pressure from boys and other people to have sex. I know a lot of people in my high school are having sex and having babies. So that is one reason I definitely think why I chose not to have sex besides my religious beliefs, because I was afraid I was going to end up having a baby at 15. So I definitely think, with peer pressure, you just need to be your own person and make your own decisions. And again, if you do decide to obviously do something that doesn't seem that great, kind of talk to your parents about it. I know you think, oh my gosh, if I tell my mom I'm drinking, she's gonna flip out. Yeah, your parents are probably going to not be that great if their 14-year-old is drinking. But, you just really need to talk to your parents about those things. Or, sex. If you decide you think you're ready for sex or you want to have sex. I'm going to be doing a whole video on sex and my beliefs on sex and all of that. How many times can I say that word? But, if you decide that's what you want to do, or, things like that, you definitely should talk to your parents. And if a boy or a boy and your girlfriend trying to get you to have sex. No, if you don't want to, you can say no. You are definitely obligated to say no because it is your body, it is your right to say no, and if somebody doesn't like that idea, see you later, there's the door, get out. What else? I think I covered pretty much anything I could think of. So, peer pressure, it sucks. It's terrible that there are people who try to push you to do things, but, again, you can choose to not do them, and, maybe you'll lose a friend or two. But, you need to make the right choices for you. And again, like I said, if you choose to do something that's not that great, like, I haven't always made smart decisions. I used to go out past curfew. There was a time, when I was 15, I was outside at 3 a.m. hiding behind a van because there were police outside. So, obviously that wasn't a smart decision. I could get arrested for being out past curfew. You just need to make smart choices and, don't put yourself in a situation that could be harmful or dangerous. And, just, be smart and, like I said, talk to your parents, or you don't want to talk to your parents, talk to an older sibling, because my guess is they went through something like that. Or if you don't have an older sibling, you can definitely talk to me if you feel comfortable. I know I am just a pretty little face on a screen. I hope you didn't took that sarcastically, because anyways, just be smart, be safe. And again, if you want to talk to me, you can message me here or email me at my YouTube business email, which is always in the description box. This video is probably really long. I hope you guys got some important information from this. I love you guys very much, and I will see you very soon. Bye, guys.